Good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon. I hope all is well. So I was asked my thoughts on the follow-up with G Gauntlet and Anastasia on um Hardly in Love. I did a review on I did a reaction video on their initial show in which they did match with each other, and um someone did ask me to react to the follow-up. So that's what I am going to do. I'm not going to waste your time anymore. Let's get into it.
What's up with you, sister? Everybody, welcome Anastasia to the show here.
Anastasia looking vibrant over there.
I told her she got a different glow to her since the last time I seen her.
It's looking right.
It's that gauntlet glow.
G shining. He's shining.
So let me ask you this here, because I know you had something special happen in between time. You did celebrate a birthday, correct?
I did celebrate my 38th birthday on January 16th.
Everybody wish my sister happy birthday in the chat, but go ahead.
But even making things better, I got to spend my favorite thing to do for my birthday every year is to go to the aquarium, and I actually got to spend that with Gauntlet. So we went to the aquarium together for my birthday.
Nice. They really dating, talking, doing all the right stuff.
The people that don't know, can you give me your age, your location?
Pull a profile up real quick.
And give me your location. Give me your age and your location, by the way.
So I'm 38 now, and I live in Houston, Texas. I lived in Atlanta for 13 years before I moved here.
So you flew into Atlanta to, be with Gauntlet?
Well, I flew into Atlanta to celebrate my birthday because I wanted to spend it with my best friend, but I saw Gauntlet on 3 different occasions while I was there.
Oh, 3 different occasions.
And we asked.
Wow, 3 different occasions. 3 different occasions. Wow. No, I mean, that's good. That's good. As I said in my previous video, as of right now, I think they're unequally yoked right now, because she has no problem with him with having sexual intercourse before marriage, and he is trying to refrain from that as far as we know. So let's continue to hear more about how things are going.
People that if they open to dating long distance, and I guess they were very serious about it. So congratulations to y'all. That's dope.
I love this right now.
Yeah. I mean, can we just take a moment to give Harley and Love a hand clap?
Let's please do that. Let's please do that, because we work hard for these moments right here.
It's excellent.
Absolutely. And it's really interesting because I know you had a lot on your mind and on your chest, because I know you felt, after speaking to you, Anastasia, you felt like they was coming for your neck a little bit. What's your thoughts about how everything went down and all the controversy that night, Anastasia?
So one of the biggest things that everybody came at, especially when I went back and read the comments, was the fact that I said, I wanted to test drive a car before I purchased it. But they all missed the part where I said I was looking for commitment. And so one of the biggest commitments in life is marriage. And I did share that if I met somebody and they decided that it was time for us to wait till marriage, that's exactly what I was going to do. So me and Gauntlet decided, we were going to take a non-traditional approach to dating and really start off as friends and be friends. And so imagine walking around the aquarium with somebody that you're heavily attracted to, and y'all not holding hands, y'all not hugged up, y'all not y'all just walking around like two people together, just shooting the breeze. And
I mean, I didn't hear that, because she said with confidence in the last video, in her last appearance on the show, she said that she wants to test drive the car before she buys it.
All
right.
And Phoenix states that I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, you stated that you don't necessarily think you have to wait until marriage to have sex. So ladies, are y'all in agreement with that?
I'm not buying a car that I didn't test drive.
Mm.
Hallelujah.
Meaning, she wants to see how good he is in bed before she commits to uh, being married to him, or before she makes that decision to spend the rest of her life with him. Now, I mean, I didn't hear her say, um, if someone is willing to wait, then she will. But even if she said that, right? What is your mindset as a Christian woman, right? The right thing to do is to wait for marriage as a Christian woman. Now, if things mess, if you slip up, all right. I mean, it's not good to slip up and sin, but at least your goal is in your heart. Like your goal is to wait until marriage, because we know that that is the right thing to do as a Christian, right? And when you don't do that, it can mess up the relationship. It can hinder your relationship with God. It can hinder your relationship with your partner, or with the person you're with romantically, right? Because if they have, if Gauntlet has a goal already in his mind to wait until marriage, and that's not your goal, but you're willing to make that your goal. If he decides to do that, that's not the same. A commitment can be a dating relationship. Um, a commitment could be courting, a courting relationship, meaning that you have decided to make it official. That's a commitment. Um, but I missed the part in which she said that she is willing to wait, and I'll go back into it. Um, but the fact, I still stand that they are unequally yoked, because being abstinent wasn't her goal, and it's his goal. So if you're, we know that marriage is the biggest commitment as far as a romantic relationship. Uh, but you have to come into the mindset, and this is, I guess, where Gauntlet, being the man, can can lead her. You know, he's not her husband, but he can start to lead. You know, he can start to show his leadership skills while they are in the dating process, right? So that's what I'm saying. But I mean, so far it sounds like they're, doing well, and let's hear more.
As you get to know somebody and you're cutting all of that off, it definitely drives you a little bit more to get to know that person. So I said, you know what? I said I could wait for commitment, but I think marriage is definitely something a little bit more worth striving for.
Wow.
Okay, is it me, or did she just contradict herself? and and you know what? I'm not trying to get on this young lady. I'm really not. I'm really not. But so she said marriage is the biggest commitment, and she was saying that she is going to wait until marriage. That's what she said. Here, she said that when she was saying commitment, she meant marriage. But now she, she just said, I'm not going to wait just on commitment. I'm going to wait on marriage. That's a contradiction. But anyway, I'm happy that she, and it's really not my business. It's really not my business, but it's good to see that she is waiting on marriage. It's good to see that. And I'm not here to I'm just giving my reaction. We as Christians, we have to hold each other accountable. And when we are on a platform in which we are claiming to be Christian, we don't know who's watching. We don't know who's watching. We made that decision to be on the internet. We made that decision to be exposed as to who we are, right? We made that decision to click that button and get on YouTube. I made the decision to start my channel and to uh, put myself out there for whomever. Or the comments, well, there's not much, but the comments, what I'm saying, I made that decision to do that, right? So there's consequences for our actions. Even with this video, people may disagree with me, and say, dude, who are you? But I I put myself out there as a Christian man to be on the internet, on YouTube, and to speak on things of Christ, right? I did that. She made her decision to be on here and and to represent Christ, right? So we have to be mindful. And I'm not saying to lie. I'm not saying lie, but if you're saying that you're a Christian, right? We have to live by God's standards, right? Not by the world standards and saying, I'm gonna wait, or and saying I need a test drive. Are we are in the world, not of the world. And that's my point. And let me shut up and get back into it.
Oh,
So here,
it's big.
here's a question for both of you guys, because listen, I know you're early in the stages, y'all still getting to know each other. You said, Gauntlet, that you wanted to make sure you focused on friendship, right? But
Yeah.
just based on the qualities that you two have already seen in each other, obviously y'all in this honeymoon phase, talking to each other every single day. Oh my goodness, I love it. But let me ask you, do you guys both see some of those foundational qualities that have potential for a long-term relationship between both of you?
You want to go first?
I will definitely go first. I think so. And the reason being is because, it takes a lot as you build your friendship. And as you build, you get the opportunity to not only see each other in a raw sense, but then you get the chance to be able to not have this obligation. Like, I don't feel like I have to call him every day. I call him because I want to call him, because I want to talk to him, and vice versa. So you take a lot of that away, where you get the raw version of somebody. You get the chance to see them vulnerable. You get to see the chance of what you get when you talk to your friends. But then at the same time, I mean, even though we didn't hold hands and all that, I mean, I did get to share a kiss. So I earned that on my last visit. So
Uh-oh.
those
I
are
like that.
Uh-oh, hold on, wait a minute.
Look at you. Right.
You said you
Look
got
at
to
G.
share.
Hey, don't be telling the secrets now.
Man,
Bro,
woo.
G,
wow.
let us know, man. Tell us more.
I mean, I understand, he may, I don't think he's embarrassed, but you know, some things we just like to keep between us, as far as what we do. Um, us as men, and women like to share, for the most part, and there's nothing wrong with that. Let's continue.
Do you see potential in long term commitment?
Man, I echo all the sentiments that Stasia literally said so articulately. I could not have said it any better, honestly. She has put it this way, and I guess we just gonna put it out here. Like, both of us been married before.
Mm, right.
So we understand what it looks like to be able to have gone through a season of what we believe was the top tier, the highest compliment you can be in or have, and not make it because of shortcomings and lessons that had to be learned, especially on my end. So ultimately, she has all of like wife qualities. Like, she's a very great friend. She's super smart. Her faith, we have the same faith. We're growing in the same faith. There's nothing that I don't think she can't do for the sake of making sure she's showing you how much she's into you by how she serves. She has a very servitude spirit. Like for those who are just tuning in from the other Partly Initiated platform, the original one, she's adopted two young girls since they were, how old were they when you adopted them?
When she passed away, they were 2 and 6 months old.
And now they're what, like 15 and 18?
About to be 16 and 18.
Incredible.
So that in itself, you know, for those who missed that one, this is a woman who is that selfless that she would take on the responsibility of being a mother, not even to the point where she doesn't have her own even yet, but it's the fact that she has that heart, and that's something that she is just there. Like you can't make that up. You can't fabricate that. That's just the nature of who she is.
Honestly, so, I agree with that. I mean, to adopt some kids, it takes a big heart to take that on.
Oh yeah.
And I respected that from the time I called you on the phone and you told me that in casting, Anastasia. That's admirable, to say the least. Now y'all are in a long distance.
I agree. That is a beautiful thing, to adopt two children who you did not give birth, to adopt two children and raise them from age 2, I believe she said 2 and 6, and now they're teenagers, almost adults in a few years. That's a blessing. That's a beautiful thing, and props to her. I think that's a beautiful thing.
Relationship right now, and it's just inherent challenges.
Friendship.
Hold on, don't put terms
Oh,
on it
I'm
yet.
sorry. No.
Well,
I said, you know what?
They get to know each other at
I'm
distance.
sorry. I'm sorry. Okay,
But
y'all are in a long distance friendship right now, and it's just some challenges that come with enjoying somebody's time, not being able to see him as conveniently as you would like.
Right.
You know, having that distance put apart between you guys. You know, having to be on the phone, which it don't seem like being on the phone is hard for y'all, but just even having to be on the phone. I've been in a long distance relationship, so I understand. Do you feel like that can pose an issue with where you guys are? Are you concerned about being in a long distance relationship, or is that not an issue?
No. And the reason why I say that is because, for one, it is nothing to hop a plane to Atlanta. There's enough tickets that, they're under $50 to be able to go for a weekend and stay in Atlanta. And I work remote, so it's nothing for me to be able to be like, I'm out. But at the same time, I mean, Gauntlet has a reason to go to Texas as well. So his son lives in Dallas, which is about 3 hours north. So, I think those things, especially when you want something to work and you definitely have the connection, you have the capability of making things happen. I think we as people have to choose what's important to us and what's not. And if this is something that's important to you, then you will put in that extra effort.
Now, I want to hear from G, because, because Anastasia, she sound pretty confident about this.
Facts.
But now, G, me and Ty live in Atlanta too. There's a lot of distractions in Atlanta. A lot of stuff going on.
She got some options, I'm sure.
There's lots of,
put that man photo up.
Pull it back up.
Put that man photo up real quick. Pull that man photo up full screen.
Show the muscles real quick.
Why y'all like this, man?
so G, we just keeping it 1,000.
1,000. Wow.
We really just want to know, what's your take on this? With so much going on, with the things that you invested in, do you think that you'll be able to keep up with this pace and be able to continue to develop Anastasia in the way that she would appreciate and in a way that could potentially lead to long term?
So I won't be too deep, but I might just go a little bit there right now. Where it's concerned, what you just said, me and Anastasia have such a respect for our process of like friendship that we've already had certain conversations that could have been like, if we were quote unquote in a relationship with a title and our feelings were in the forefront and the cart was before the horse, we could have been done. Because you come out the gate and you want to, some people they tiptoe when it comes down to issues because your title. Immediately you don't want to be fired or demoted. So there's no place that we can go except up based off of the concrete, the foundation being solid. So that said, me and her, we speak on like what we need to be doing even individually, because our faith is what is keeping us from having sex before our discipline as well is what's keeping us from having sex before marriage. And I have purpose, she has purpose, she's working, I'm working. So I don't have any time to really be distracted on my own, much less like be just out here idle with time and wandering and having a wandering eye. I really believe like the work that has been put in even prior to meeting her for me, and I'm sure she can echo the same thing, has been solely about creating work that will build an equity for an investment that's worth it. So I'm not trying to waste work. I ain't trying to waste it. Like, bro, we got 38 and 43. Like, it's fourth quarter. I'm out here. I'm out here trying to play play dollhouse and then with no girl. We're like talking about, okay, what does it look like to heal? What does it look like to manage the fact that my son is in Dallas and he about to be 17 in March, and folks think that that's an easy thing because they're getting older. Now it's more important to make sure that I'm there and he understands who I am, especially as he's so cognizant. She has the two amazing daughters. One is in Georgia, and the other one is literally with her within the next couple of days. She's back around at the crib. So you have two adults having to really be in adulting situation. So the long of it is what you're hearing, but the real truth is we're building such a friendship that let's just say anything is possible. So we're not building each other up to disappoint each other. We're hoping to build each other up or encourage each other so that there is a breakthrough for us to be able to say, okay, you know what, with the stuff that I've been having on my side, the level of trigger and trauma that came from my last relationship or divorce, I don't want to bring that over here. So I'm cleaning up that side. She cleaning up this side. We still stay in touch. We still keep each other motivated. She pulls up. That's great. It's like we have the ability to make something be beautiful, but we're not trying to mess it up just because it's like you in Texas and I'm in Atlanta and I'm just in my feelings right now. So would you marry me because I'm in my feelings? That don't even make sense.
I think I think he makes a good point here. I mean, he he said a lot. I'm trying to remember everything he said, but he's not trying to mess up his walk with God. And and it seems like she's not trying to mess up her work, her walk with God, and they're not trying to trip each other up and mess up each other's walk with God. And that's good to hear. That's great to hear. Um, it seems like she changed her mind as and praise God. Thank God for that. Sometimes um we need to hear things and be held and hold ourselves accountable for the things we say. And there could have been a comment or something that her friends might have said to her offline um, that made her step back and take a look at herself, and say, um, you know, that's not the way of God, and that's what we should all do, especially as Christians. When people say things about us and critique what we say or what we do, we have to sit back and just think, hmm, are they right? And if so, I got to take accountability for my actions and the things I said. I have to do better, or the things I do, I have to do better. And for what it sounds like here, excuse me. And what it sounds like here is that they are willing to, to take things slow. He's not trying to mess with no one else. She's not trying to mess with anyone else. It seems like, and their focus is God, right? In everything they do as parents, as in their work, in this relationship, in their friendship, which is a relationship, but it seems like they're on the right path. And I believe, um, I think her name was Chris. I don't know. I think with Gauntlet, I think I don't know. I just hope he's not too busy for a relationship, and um and I, I just hope that neither of them are too busy to build on a relationship, right? Um, because sooner or later you're gonna want to move in with each other and see and spend more time with each other. But as far as what I see here, they are trying to build themselves up in Christ and doing it from a distance, and just encouraging each other to be in Christ and to build on on their friendship. So that's what I'm hearing.
I
You know what I'm
get
saying?
that. I absolutely get that. And real quick, I just want to give a shout out to y'all because Anastasia came in town. Y'all, seen each other 3-4 times over the weekend. And it sounded like, like you said, y'all waiting to marriage. So shout out to y'all for making it through the weekend
Yeah,
without
man.
fleshly consideration. Because
It's gonna be a struggle every weekend.
that's what I'm saying.
It's gonna be a struggle every weekend.
But
Yeah.
I'm hearing some things. Ty, he's digging deep, and I'm listening. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything. But I did hear something I was very curious about. You called Anastasia Stasia.
Yeah.
Is that's the thing now? Is she
All
Stasia?
right. So she stays. I've always had a habit of like nicknaming people based off of their name. Like y'all Ryan Ty. It's
Okay.
not Ryan Tyshawn. It's Ryan Ty. Stacia, I call her Stace. She was like, "You're the only one who's ever called me Stace." But I think that's just the way I've been as a kid. Younger, I've always nicknamed everybody based off of their name. So
So we on the same
understood.
level. We on the same level as her, pretty much.
No.
it's on autopilot, man. It's just been like that.
So Anastasia, let me ask you this then, because you did talk about that kiss, and I think she even said that she earned the kiss. Okay,
She said she earned that. I ain't hear that.
I heard that. So I want to get some detail on that, but I want you to explain two things. One, what does it mean when you say you earned the kiss? And two, how was the kiss?
So one of the, to be frank, one of the fears, especially we had a virgin on the last episode. So one of the biggest things you ask yourself is, okay, can I wait till marriage?
Right.
And so one of the biggest things is like, if you're a passionate person, you like passion. So it's always this fear of like, is this person as passionate as I am? So, not to be too just, but like, when I say I earned it, meaning like we both really put in a lot of restraint. You could tell there was a lot of attraction between us, because at one point my best friend was with us and he was like, oh yeah, y'all like each other. And so it's definitely like you could tell the attraction was there. So as you're sitting there and you're really trying to learn somebody and get to know them. And when I say I earned the kiss, it was just like, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We respect each other's boundaries, but the attraction is there. So let's see what this is really about. And the only reason I say it is, and that when you asked what it was like, I was kind of like, he might be on my level.
I ain't no earning me. I thought you'd probably spend that check,
I have no idea what that means. He's on my level, I guess. As far as passion, maybe that's what she's saying. As far as he knows how to kiss, maybe, I don't know. It's whatever. I don't know.
I didn't know what she was doing out there. Tricking or what?
We kept it PG, you know what I'm saying? We didn't go.
Okay.
Sure.
Hey, well, look,
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. Big shout out everybody.
Yeah, that's good.
We got everybody drop a love bird in the chat because they came on as lovers and they left as love birds. Drop a love bird in the chat for our match here on Hardly in Love. And if you want to check out the full episode, you got to go to Hardly in Love. I know we're going live on Hardly Initiated tonight. Many of y'all are probably confused. What is this show? We just letting y'all know what we doing. Hardly in Love is in full effect. We're about 7 to 8 episodes in right now. We just did a follow-up with two of our previous matches, Gauntlet and Anastasia. She's in Houston, he's in Atlanta, and they on the phone every day making it happen, and it sounds like things are moving in the right direction. So big shout out to them. It is very hard to have and find genuine love and connection out here, y'all. It's hard, it's tough. So that's why Harley in Love, we coming in here. We're gonna try to fill a very tough gap, because I know y'all be acting holier than thou in the chat, but sometimes them nights get lonely. And I know you would like to have somebody that you can really rock with. So if you would, keep in mind, we got a casting form.
I mean, I don't think people are being holier than thou in the chat. It's just, again, hold each other accountable. As Christians, we have to hold each other accountable. And when you're on a platform and a Christian, you're to be Christ-like, right? And I don't think it's holier than thou, but it's holding each other accountable. And we're going to get into some scriptures. Let's go to Galatians, the 6th chapter, the first through the second verse. And it says, brothers, if anyone is caught in any transgression, you who are spiritual should restore him in a spirit of gentleness. Restore him. Keep watch on yourself, lest you too be tempted. Bear one another's burdens, and so fulfill the law of Christ. So, and also in First Corinthians 5:12, Paul, he talks about us. Who are we to judge those outside of the church? We are to judge those inside of the church, the believers, right? That's rightful judgment. Now, my thoughts is I'm glad that they're doing well. I'm glad that they are holding each other accountable for their actions, and it looks like they are trying to build on their relationship. They're trying to build on their friendship, and I just hope that they continue to do the will of God together and build each other up, and hopefully this can grow into a marriage one day. We'll see what happens, but that they look good together, and it seems like things are going well, and I just pray that things continue to go well. That's my reaction. Let me know your thoughts, and God bless you all. Be safe.